The mysterious deserts of Oman and UAE, where Bedouins roam and bazaars beckon, where sifting sands give way to oases of cement and steel, where seemingly overnight, mighty cities have come up, bringing the world to these desert lands. But before the cities, preceding the crowds, the first caravans to come came from India.
Indians in Oman is part of the Omani culture. So yes, we work very well together. And this is not new, it's been here for hundreds of years.
Today, Indians join countless nationalities in calling the Middle East home. For after all, the pulsing, throbbing pace of these cities in the sand have transformed their lives. And these lands granted Indians the chance to make their dreams come true. The Indian dream that's blossomed under Arabian skies has had enormous impact on Arabia itself, helping transform once sleepy villages into the modern megapolises of today.
Years back, Oman, there was no flyovers, no highways, hardly there were 1 or 2 signal lights.
When I came in 1959, there was no airport. There was no electricity. Dubai had no telephone. Dubai had no water. They used to bring water on donkeys, like in villages in India.
Vegetables के लिए बहुत प्रॉब्लम था. आलू भी नहीं मिलते थे, फ्रिज भी नहीं थे उसी ज़माने में. नो फ्रिज. एक फ्रिज था, मैं आई तब, वो केरोसिन से चलता था. बाकी कपड़े तो घर पे धो लेते थे या तो जेंट्स जाके वहाँ पे, यहाँ कुआं था, वहाँ पे जाके धो के आते थे.
When I came here, there were no roads, sand and nothing but sand.
These shimmering cities in the sand owe as much to Indian ingenuity and integrity as Arabian panache and bazaars.
Dubai has changed and changed. There's not even a month passed when Dubai has not changed.
Today, it's totally, the face of Oman has been changed, uplifted. And Indians have, I can say they played a vital role over here in building the infrastructure.
The infrastructure conglomerate Govt played and plays a vital role in this ongoing transformation of Oman's infrastructure. One that its visionary founder, Dr. Muhammad Ali, is rightly proud of.
When I came here in Oman, it was only 6 kilometers of roads, and that's today over 36,000 kilometers of roads. Today, Oman is one of the most modern or developed country in terms of infrastructure, and as a company, I am proud that I'm a partner in their development and built many of this infrastructure by my company.
Everything you see today, flyovers, 70% of this was finished at 85 because His Majesty wanted to put Oman on the map of the world. We started integrating electrical, plumbing, oil field construction, high tension electrical construction, finally civil construction. So slowly, because of the good job done in the first 7-8 years, we started integrating these, and today from 14 people, we are 20,000 plus.
This transformation owes much not just to companies, but also to the many Indian laborers they were able to bring. Laborers who left their homes and families and toiled in distant lands. Indeed, building the Gulf isn't just about infrastructure, it's about people. Almost 20% of the Omani population and about 30% of UAE's population is Indian, making them one of the largest expat communities in the Middle East. In fact, many members of the Oman Coast Guard are people of Indian origin. Hardly surprising, since relations between the regions are said to go back to the 7th century.
About 300 years before. That place, in Arabic name, they called Deval Bandar. They used to come there, and to purchase some goods from there, spices, foodstuffs, this and that, and textiles. And they said, why don't you come to our place for business? So we started coming here for business, especially financing the pearl industry.
Entrepreneurial Indians like Maghanmal Pancholia's ancestors followed in the footsteps of their fellow Kutchi Bhartiya businessmen in seeing promise in Arabia's sand flats. From the shores of Mandavi and Sindhu, they traveled between India and the Gulf, with some settling down to establish new shops. The tiny bylanes of Oman's Mutra Souk are still home to these old Indian shops. Many of these first Indian traders have gone on to spectacular success, spawning generation after generation of successful entrepreneurs.
I born here. My father also, he was born here. My great-great-grandfather came first here in Oman. Our records say 1870, but here Omani people, they say your company is more than 200 years.
The Shiva temple in Old Muscat, built by the first Gujarati settlers in Oman, has witnessed the rise of the Khimjis, who have been worshipping at this shrine for the last 5 generations.
As an Islamic country, it's very difficult to have a temple anywhere, but thanks to people of Oman and His Majesty that we have the 2 temples. Whenever the very big festival, Mahashivratri is coming, it's between 5 to 10,000 people are coming for the prayer, and all from morning, say about 4:30 to evening 12 o'clock.
Now, entering the 5th generation, the Khimjis are a tour de force in Oman, as befits the family of the world's only Hindu sheikh, Kanakshi Khimji.
My father was very close to Sultan, and that time British government want to put the base in Oman. But local people of Masira Island, they say, no, we won't allow Nasrani, means European. Sultan told to my father, please go and settle this matter. So he went there, and after the Second World War, British government, you say you did a good job for us. Now you ask from us whatever you want, any license. There was a license system to import anything from outside. So he got the good license from the British government, and slowly we developed from there.
From that humble start, the Khimjis are today Oman's biggest importer of luxury goods. Well established in their adopted country, they're now looking back to the country of their origin, looking east to India. And this effort is spearheaded by one of the youngest Khimjis to join the family business. Proof that there's an Indian in this son of Oman.
The Oman India Joint Business Council was put in place about 5 years ago, and it's basically to help network various businesses between Indian businesses and Omani business to come together. We realized that India, being so close, and if we could source Indian expertise in industries like steel and alumina and petrochemical, why not use that to come and help set up similar, joint ventures with Omani people in Oman. So, we want to enhance and we want to help stimulate job growth or the job market, and that is one way we want to do it.
Like his ancestors before him, Pankaj is busy helping build Oman in the new century. And this work of building is encouraged by centuries of shared history. A familiarity with each other's customs ensures business can be done over a glass of kava or a cup of karak chai.
We have Omanis who lived and worked, studied in India as you have Indians who live here.
One Omani who's adopted the best of India and Oman is artist Yusuf Al-Nahawi. Trained in India, he uses the techniques he learnt there to capture vignettes of Omani life.
Actually, I graduated from Bangalore, India, computer science beside art studies. I have very good relationship between Indian artists and other artists, but especially with the Indian artists is relative to me so many things. We have many symposiums we have done in societies and always inviting Indian artists. They are professionals, they are great artists, and joining us with our symposiums and workshops. And we are always learning from them.
Collaborating with Indian artists, Yusuf carries on the tradition of his ancestors of spreading knowledge and culture. After all, they too visited India, bringing Islam to the East and taking Indian concepts like zero to the West. If the colors of India inspired all Arabia, the rainbows refracted in drops of oil proved an irresistible lure to India. The discovery of oil in the beginning of the 20th century caused Indians to join countless others in the race to the Middle East. The 70s surge in the prices of crude accelerated the rush to these lands of black gold. The Gulf now began to attract not just traders and laborers, but highly educated Indian expats. In 1971, the Federation of United Arab Emirates was formed, and the UAE began to reinvent itself as a trading hub, making Indians uniquely suited to take advantage of the facilities these city-states offered. But they weren't just fair-weather friends. When immigration to the region slowed down post the Gulf Wars, it was a record migration from the Indian subcontinent that made up the short flow. One family that's borne the witness to the triumphs and tribulations of not just a country, but this entire region is the Jashanmal family.
My grandfather, the one who started the company, Rao Sahib Jashanmal, traveled out of interest to come and see the area. He found, or he felt that now with this new phase, Iraq would develop. And its development would come through basically its only port, which is Basra. So he established his business there, which was mainly supplying products needed by some residents, but also for people who were coming in by ship and leaving by ship from Basra.
Starting as a simple desert trader, the enterprising Rao Sahib was quick to spot the potential of the oil boom and use a much-in-demand skill he had by virtue of being a British subject.
In 1930, when they found oil in Kuwait, which was just south of Iraq, the British government requested Rao Sahib Jashanmal to open a similar store in Kuwait. So this is how the Jashanmal store was started there, as being the first department store where under one roof you could get the quality products that they were used to, where English could be spoken, prices were fixed, and so on and so forth. This then became the blueprint for the rest of the Gulf.
And so began what has become an institution.
Long time, when we were kids, we used to go with my father to Jashanmal, and at that time, this is the only shop, you know, we can find everything there. So now we grow up, and now my father is shareholder since 1984, and we are happy, and we are supporting them, and anything, we are one family.
This is the same story of many people who are today big businessmen in this country. And they always still remember, oh, Jashanmal, oh, when I was a small child, I used to come back.
These early successes paved the way for the creation of a mighty Jashanmal empire that's still going strong.
A lot of the companies in the Gulf start up quickly, prosper, and as the sons take over, usually it might stay for a little while, but usually it falters and just sort of disappears into the background. And mashallah, Jashanmal has been able to prosper and move forward.
Family and community are watchwords for most of the diaspora settled in the Middle East. Little wonder then that Indian immigrants here started to recreate the close community bonds they'd left behind when they came to these lands of sun and sand.
45 years back when I came to Dubai, there was hardly something called a community. I mean, people came here mostly as bachelors and took trips back home every 2 years, 3 years. The concept of a community really started when we started building the Indian club.
The sense of community was only enhanced with the advent of Indian women. Vasantha Vaikunth left the hurly-burly of Bombay to make a home in a land known as the Empty Quarter.
When I came here, I saw the barrenness of the mountains, and I said, this is the place where I'm meant to start my life, and how I did his history.
Adopting a new land, a new language, and a new culture might be a challenge for some, but Vasantha was made of sterner stuff.
I had that immense thirst and passion in me to pursue some kind of art, because I was just trying to find a place for myself in this desert, which was very hard.
Mixing the melodies of India with the rhythms of Arabia, Vasantha began to spread her love of music and dance to a whole host of eager children.
I'm a firm believer of destiny. I think destiny takes you wherever you're meant to go. So that made me live a happier life.
Besides professional satisfaction, what's accelerated Indian immigration to the Middle East has been increased facilities for families. Kids get to grow up in a multinational, multicultural environment with many choosing to learn Arabic.
I am an Arabic teacher in Indian high school from 7 years. I teach Arabic by drama. I make students to speak Arabic with me by the role play. This lesson is to speak about how to choose suitable gifts.
هذا محل الملابس. تعالي نشتري الهدية من هنا. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام. أهلا وسهلا تفضلوا. ملابس جميلة ملابس جميلة. شكرا.
For these young students, even the sky is no limit. They dream big and fly even higher.
I'm very much interested in doing hospitality management because I have taken commerce and I like management and I really like studying business. I'm thinking of doing something in either sociology or psychology because I really like social issues and I like interacting with people and knowing how they think and how they behave in their everyday lives.
I think after my boards, where my mind settles, that's where I'll go. But to narrow down, I have thought of choosing either psychology or law.
Helping them is the Indian School at Dubai. Found across the Middle East, these schools cater to all students, not just Indians. After all, being situated at the crossroads of the world where cultures collide has given them an international perspective.
We at IHS believe in creating proactive global citizens. We want a wholesome development of the child.
Everything is bigger and better in the UAE. Even a school drama is no exception.
my first technical rehearsal for a play that I'm directing called War Horse. It's all about the friendship between a horse and a boy.
Whether in class or doing extracurriculars like this play, Kevin's students enjoy the best of East and West in their everyday life.
It gives me that chance to work with different students of different nationalities also. American, local, Indian, Pakistani, all of them have different personalities, and it's wonderful to see where I can go and what I can use and how far I can take these students in terms of productions.
Like others who came here, Kevin too has had to build up a support system in life and at work. And now that he has, there is no place quite like Dubai.
The first years when I first came in and I had no contacts, it was really, really difficult. I didn't have anyone who supported me in lights, sound, AV, the technical aspects of it. It took me a long, long time before I kind of pulled a group in to support my ideas and to match my madness. But now I'm really happy. I'm very settled in this city. I love it because of its diversity. I love the mix of people, and I love the way they support me too. It's really, really wonderful.
This diversity has led to the flowering in Oman of a uniquely British Indian sport, cricket. Many of the recent migrants brought lots of talent and a sense of competition on the fields of this Arabian desert.
Oman national team is a mix of India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and locals, Omanis. Well, the good part about is when it comes to cricket, there is no nationality. I mean, it is just one thing which matters, which is cricket, and that is passion on the field all the while. And since we play all across, all week long, so we gel well. We know most of the guys in and out, so it is a nice feeling as well as nice atmosphere.
I landed in Oman in 2003. I have just finished my graduation and I immediately got my job in Khimji Ramdas LLC as a professional cricketer. Now I'm still working here for Khimji Ramdas only, almost completed 9 years. And I'm a top order batsman and left arm spinner. Means my role in the team is basically all-rounder.
These youngsters have succeeded in making this gentleman's game more and more popular in this desert land.
Hey, my name is Karan Pandya. I'm from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. He is my brother, Kunal Pandya from Ahmedabad. We've been born in Ahmedabad but brought up in Oman from the past 18 years. I play for Khimji Ramdas in A division, he plays for Enhance. We both two play for the national Oman team.
Secure jobs and the freedom to pursue their favorite sport have given these youngsters a sense of achievement and satisfaction in both their personal and professional life across the Gulf.
Years ago, we could not imagine this stadium will be built here. We were all playing Asians, especially Indian Pakistanis, in the barren sand. But you see, as the year comes, thanks to His Highness, the ruler of the country, provided such a good land here. And he has given the mandate, okay, you can go ahead building this stadium. It's for the contribution from the country for Asians. And it was a great happy moment for me to say that openly that I am instrumental in completing this complete stadium of 20,000 seat capacity.
One of the foremost stars in the pharmaceutical firmament is B.R. Shetty, who despite leaving behind the Konkan coast for the Arab Gulf, loves to return to the beaches and groves of his childhood.
I thought Abu Dhabi is the right place. So what I did, I started with the first private healthcare center. I added little quality healthcare as well as little bit service attached to it.
A simple idea that took flight, and with it, Shetty soared to the top of his field, building his very own eyrie perched above Dubai skyline, where he and his family enjoy the rarefied views of a 100-story-high penthouse palace. But healthcare in the Emirates isn't only for entrepreneurs. Countless Keralite nurses have come here. Their contribution to keeping the Middle East healthy and the Kerala economy going strong are legendary. And joining them are doctors who've also flocked to the Middle East, building better lives for themselves and their patients.
This place has given opportunity for people to work, and the atmosphere here has always been excellent.
Leaving behind lives to live in other countries isn't a uniquely Indian experience, especially not for doctors dedicated to saving lives in distant lands.
I decided to choose Dubai as my second destination, as it's a multicultural country, and it's a safe place where I can bring my family and let my children grow up in a healthy environment.
I'm telling you, we are here, we are all as one family. So maybe every week once we are going all together outside.
This sense of family extends to the entire country. In Oman, Indians have been at the forefront of training native Omanis and equipping them with the skills to join the workforce. Dr. Ali is a pioneer of medical education in the country, co-founding the Oman Medical College. With these sorts of contributions from the Indian community, Oman is well on the way to self-sufficiency.
We do have a lot of Indian faculty, a lot of Indian administrators. I find working with the Indian faculty that they're well trained, they're very competent, and they give good lectures, and they know their material. So I find it easy working with them.
Bringing this workforce together is Dr. Mupin's Aster Healthcare, which caters to all.
We have now nearly 150 establishments. 6 or 7 hospitals in the Middle East and 4 or 5 in India. And we also have large number of pharmacies, clinics and all.
Aster Healthcare's phenomenal success means increased outreach for those who need it most.
There is a van which is going into the schools, colleges, to the labor camps, to the malls for education.
Every 3 monthly, we hold these camps to service laborers who don't have medical insurance with the help of some medical organization and the Indian consulate to hold these camps. And then we also come across some stray cases of people in distress, financial distress, who can't pay children's fees or who cannot even sometimes go back. So we've also provided sometime financial help to people who are sick and want to go back with the help of consulate officials.
Thousands of Indians come to the Gulf every year in search of better prospects. Some fail, others achieve what they set out to do, but a few surpass their wildest dreams. But whatever the level of accomplishment, the Gulf's Indians are always watching out for each other.
You got 30,000 people. I'm very proud to say that 22,000 people are from my country, India. My responsibility is to bring my people, give training and to give them job, and let them earn and send money to their homes.
This commitment to helping new immigrants succeed has more than paid off for Yusuf Ali. Their dedication has propelled the Lulu chain of supermarkets into the ranks of the world's fastest growing retailers.
We have got 104 shopping malls and hypermarkets. Next year we will open another 6, including Saudi Arabia and Yemen and Egypt.
Powering these plans, fueling Yusuf Ali's ambitions, are his patrons. Unrivaled quality that meets unmatched price means that people of every nationality flock to Lulu's just as they flock to the Middle East, which has become a melting pot of cultures and their cuisines.
हम इंडियन खाना के बहुत पसंद करते हैं, अच्छा भी लगते हैं, मस्त बिरयानी, कबाब, स्वीट भी बहुत अच्छा है, और रसमलाई आता है, और स्वीट भी हलवा गजर हलवा का आता है, सब लोग पसंद.
इंडियाला डेफिनेटली मी मिस करते. जेव्हा तिकडनं येते तेव्हा मला खूप वाईट वाटतं, आणि जेव्हा आम्हाला बॅक होमची आठवण येते, घरची आठवण येते, तेव्हा आम्ही नक्कीच इथे येतो. आम्हाला आमच्या आवडीचं जेवण इथे मिळतं.
This love for Indian food has been most cannily converted into a spice empire by Dhananjay Datar, the Spice King.
I opened the small shop in 1984 when my age was 20, and that time we done survey in the market. There was no spice retailer who sell the North Indian type of product like Gujarati, Sindhi, Maharashtra, Punjabi products. So then survey I started the one small grocery store in Bardubai, and I got good response. Today my 23 outlets are there, and some more outlets going to open, and I had 2 flour mills in the UAE and 2 spices factories.
This modern-day Spice King's empire is the beating heart from which flavor flows, seasoning the success of countless thousands involved in the food trade.
मैं यहाँ पे 2005 में आया था एज अ स्टीवर्ड. बाद में मेरे मैनेजर्स है जो जीएम है, उन्होंने मेरा काम देख के मुझे और आगे अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ दी एज अ कैप्टन. देन नाउ आई एम रेस्टोरेंट मैनेजर.
While the call of home is a strong pull, the more than 2 flights that connect India to the Gulf every day means that home is never more than 3 hours away. This interconnectedness means that more and more Indians are joining the rest of the world in discovering the Middle East's magic, which pleases Lama Tours owner Kulwant Singh.
I believe tourism is just not a business. It is a business which also builds relationships. It is a business that also teaches you a lot about other cultures. It's a business that also eliminates boundaries. It is a business that also brings people closer.
Bringing people closer to the shopping and tourist mecca that Dubai has become is Kulwant's mantra. After all, Dubai today is increasingly a gateway to both the East and the West. One that multinationals are quick to take advantage of. Business booms in the Middle East. The lure of petrodollars attract multinationals of every ilk, giving highly skilled Indian professionals the chance to come here.
I was really keen to use my profession, use my training, and use all the years of studying that my parents had, invested in, and do something with my life. And I was really lucky as I joined the oldest law firm in Dubai, which was called Fox & Gibbons.
Corporate lawyer Jayashree Gupta did not have to compromise on her dreams. Instead, she took advantage of Dubai's unique position on the world map and became one of the top merger and acquisitions experts in the country.
Indian law is like English law, is common law. Whereas in Dubai, the law is civil law and is based on Napoleonic codes and Egyptian codes. So it's codified law. So the law is very different. The type of explanation that's put in the books is very different. And everything is in Arabic. So we're relying either on translations or you study Arabic. And I decided I would study Arabic.
This is a very nice place, very central, a good time zone, great economies around in a geographic sense, and excellent connections, great infrastructure, and in many ways a very diverse ethnic group. So it gives you an opportunity to really work with the best. So Dubai forms this excellent base for doing business regionally and globally.
Whether it's the service sector, trading, tourism, or high finance, Indians are making a contribution. And one of the most glamorous industries that Dubai is attracting plays well to the traditional Indian love of song and dance. Dubai is a major market for Indian films, and the Dubai International Film Festival has seen an increasingly strong Indian presence.
My name is Anand Gandhi. I'm here with a film called Ship of Theseus. It's showing at the Dubai International Film Festival. I'm here to show my film at the festival. And it's a wonderful festival. Yeah, it's a lovely city. It's a very unique city. And I like the fact that it has a growing audience of cinema, that people are engaging with culture in a very unique and a very new way here. And I find that very, very interesting.
It's the first time I'm in Dubai, but what I find really amazing is the cosmopolitan nature of the audience. It's a very Asian city on one level, and yet it's very, very cosmopolitan. That enthusiasm and excitement of audiences here that want to see new things, they don't get access to seeing stuff, that actually I find really quite amazing. And that's really fun for me as a filmmaker to experience that, you know. So DIFF has been really great as a festival for me.
Behind the glitz and glamour, there's toil and hard work. Every year, hundreds of thousands come here. Many find their calling, but a few create their own oases in the desert. And a few become the oasis, giving back to this desert land much, much more than they have received.
I think the Indian community has touched almost every part of what the UAE is, and I think that is why there's so much loyalty by the leaders of the UAE to the Indian community and vice versa. It's a very close-knit community.
If the expat community has been the major contributor to the Oman's development over the last many years, and if 2/3 of them are Indians, you can say that 2/3 of Oman's economy owes its gratitude to the Indian diaspora.